In an industry flooded with overhyped products and buyer's remorse, finding a gun that owners genuinely have zero complaints about feels almost impossible. But they do exist. Think about every firearm you've ever heard someone gripe about. The trigger that felt wrong, the slide that jammed at the worst moment, the accuracy that disappointed on the range. Now imagine the complete opposite. A weapon so perfectly engineered and consistently reliable that thousands of owners can't find a single bad word to say about it. These guns are real. They've earned something almost no firearm ever earns, a unanimous seal of approval from the people who actually use them. If you're tired of gambling your hard-earned money on weapons that look good in reviews but disappoint in real life, stay locked in, because what I'm about to show you speaks entirely for itself. And let's begin with the Ruger 1022. Ruger 1022 feels less like just a rifle and more like a piece of American shooting culture that refuses to fade away. Since its introduction in 1964, it has built its reputation on one simple truth: keep it simple, keep it reliable, and let the shooter make it their own. Chambered in .22 long rifle, it runs a standard 10-round rotary magazine that sits flush inside the rifle, giving it a clean, balanced feel. Optional 15 and 25-round magazines exist for those who want more capacity, but the original rotary system is what built its legacy for smooth, dependable feeding. With an 18.5-inch barrel, an overall length around 37 inches, and a weight close to 5 pounds, it stays light in the hands and easy to control for almost any shooter. Power stays modest. It's typically delivering around 100 to 140 foot-pounds, with velocities ranging from roughly 1,070 to 1,250 feet per second, depending on ammunition choice. Soft enough for comfort, but precise enough for real training and small game use. What truly sets it apart is the engineering simplicity underneath. The rotary magazine uses a clock spring style system that keeps rounds aligned for consistent feeding, avoiding many of the issues common in rimfire platforms. It runs on a blowback action with a cold hammer-forged barrel locked into the receiver using a strong V-block system, a design choice that keeps production simple while maintaining long-term durability. That same modular setup also makes barrel swaps and upgrades surprisingly straightforward with basic tools. But the real reason it became legendary is not just reliability, it is what it becomes in the hands of the shooter. The recoil is almost non-existent, making it one of the most forgiving training rifles ever built. It is equally at home teaching first-time shooters, running casual range sessions, or taking down small game with quiet confidence. In the end, the Ruger 1022 stands out because it keeps things simple, reliable, and easy to grow with over time, quietly earning its place as one of the most trusted .22 platforms ever built. Moving on to my second contender, the Glock 19. Glock 19 stands out as one of the most respected compact 9mm pistols ever built, earning its reputation through balance, simplicity, and unwavering performance in real-world conditions. Born in 1988 as a more compact evolution of the Glock 17, it was designed to deliver full-duty capability in a smaller, more manageable frame. Chambered in 9x19mm Luger, it runs a standard 15+1 round capacity with a 4.02-inch barrel, giving it a smooth mix of concealability and accuracy. Depending on the load, it produces muzzle energy in the roughly 320 to 380 foot-pound range, making it strong enough for duty use while still controllable in rapid fire. At its core sits the Safe Action System, a striker-fired design that blends trigger, firing pin, and drop safeties into one consistent, no-nonsense operating system. The result is a pistol that feels predictable every single time it's pressed into service. Developed by Austrian engineer Gaston Glock, the platform quickly earned trust from military and law enforcement units around the world, not because it was flashy, but because it simply refused to fail under stress, whether exposed to mud, dust, rain, or hard daily use. Over the years, it evolved through multiple generations, with the Gen 5 refining the design even further. The removal of finger grooves, improved barrel engineering, and ambidextrous controls made it more adaptable and user-friendly than ever. What truly defines the Glock 19 is not perfection, but dependability. It's the kind of tool that keeps running when conditions turn ugly. Which is why so many shooters compare it to something like the everyday workhorse of handguns. And despite its legendary status, it stays accessible, typically priced around $500 to $600, making it one of the most practical, trusted compact pistols in modern firearms history. Next up is the Colt M1911. The Colt M1911 is more than a sidearm. It is an American steel-forged legacy, created by John Moses Browning, one of the most influential firearm designers in history. Its story begins in the early 1900s, when US forces recognized that their standard revolvers lacked the stopping power required for close combat, especially after hard lessons from the Philippine-American War. That need pushed engineers to rethink military handgun design entirely, leading to Browning's breakthrough pistol, tested under extreme endurance conditions with thousands of rounds fired in harsh environments before being officially adopted in 1911. From that moment, it became the US military's standard-issue sidearm for decades, serving through World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, once before being phased out in the 1980s. Chambered in .45 ACP, the M1911 typically features a 7+1 or 8+1 magazine capacity, depending on configuration. The classic government model uses a 5-inch barrel and operates on a single-action hammer-fired system, delivering a crisp, clean trigger pull that shooters still respect today. Muzzle velocity generally ranges from 830 to 950 feet per second, producing roughly 350 to 450 foot-pounds of energy with a 230-grain round, slow, heavy, and built for impact. What sets the 1911 apart is its mechanical simplicity and control. Its short recoil tilting barrel system became the foundation for many modern semi-automatic pistols, while its grip safety and manual safety design emphasized deliberate handling and user control. Despite its full-size frame, it maintains a slim profile that made it practical for both military and civilian use for decades. Its most iconic feature remains the trigger, clean, direct, and consistently responsive. Even after its military retirement, the 1911 stayed in active use across law enforcement, competitive shooting, and personal defense, evolving into countless modern variants while preserving its original identity. Prices typically start around $800 to $1,200 for standard models, with custom-built versions reaching significantly higher depending on craftsmanship and tuning. Next up is the Sig Sauer P226. Sig Sauer P226 carries a reputation that feels earned, not advertised, built on precision engineering, military trust, and a shooting experience that leans more refined than aggressive. Born in the early 1980s during the US Army's XM9 trials, it was SIG's answer to a new generation of service pistols. The design performed exceptionally well in reliability testing, but ultimately lost the contract due to overall program cost rather than capability. Chambered in 9 by 19mm parabellum, with variants also offered in .40 S&W and .357 S SIG, the P226 typically runs a 15+1 capacity in 9mm configurations. It uses a 4.4-inch barrel paired with a full-size alloy frame, giving it a solid, planted feel in the hand that naturally controls recoil and stabilizes follow-up shots. At the heart of it is SIG's double-action or single-action system. The first trigger pull is double-action, heavier and more deliberate for safety, followed by crisp, clean, single-action shots that feel precise and predictable. A decocking lever allows the hammer to be safely lowered without manually dropping it, adding control without slowing the shooter down. In real-world performance, the P226 produces roughly 350 to 400 foot-pounds of muzzle energy depending on the ammunition. Its longer slide and full-size weight help it maintain accuracy at practical distances where many service pistols begin to lose consistency. What cemented its reputation came after the trials. Following early concerns with competing service pistols, elite US Navy SEAL units adopted the P226 in 1989. Why were it served for decades in some of the harshest environments on Earth, including maritime and saltwater operations? On the range, the personality of the P226 stands out. The aluminum frame helps absorb recoil, the balance feels intentional, and the trigger system rewards discipline. Sig Sauer P226 is respected for blending service-grade durability with precision-focused performance, consistently proving itself across decades of real-world use as a pistol, trusted for its stability, accuracy, and mechanical refinement over stripped-down simplicity. Next up is the CZ75B. The CZ75B is one of those pistols that never needed loud marketing. It built its reputation through real-world use, quiet confidence, and decades of trust. Born in 1975 in Czechoslovakia and designed by the Kuki brothers, it was developed during a time when Cold War restrictions meant innovation had to matter more than patents. The result was a pistol that quickly spread worldwide through exports, earning attention from military and police units that valued control, accuracy, and durability over trends. Chambered in 9x19mm parabellum, the CZ75B typically features a 16+1 capacity with a 4.6-inch cold hammer forged barrel. It delivers roughly 350 to 390 foot-pounds of energy, offering a balanced mix of controllability and defensive performance. What immediately sets it apart is its all-steel construction and signature slide-in frame design. Instead of riding over the frame like most pistols, the slide runs inside the rails. This tighter lockup lowers the bore axis, improves stability, and keeps recoil movement smooth and predictable. And then there's the ergonomics. This is where the CZ75B truly stands out. The grip shape feels natural, settling into the hand with ease, while the full steel weight helps absorb recoil, making follow-up shots smooth and controlled. It uses a double or single-action trigger system, meaning the first shot is a heavier, deliberate double-action pull, followed by lighter, crisper single-action shots, offering both safety and precision in high-pressure situations. Accuracy is where it quietly excels. The combination of a long barrel, a tight slide fit, and low bore axis keeps the muzzle flat, making it steady and easy to control even during rapid fire. Over time, the CZ75B became one of the most copied handgun designs in the world, second only to the 1911, and it remains widely used by law enforcement and civilian shooters globally. Heckler & Koch USP.45 is a semi-automatic recoil-operated pistol built for extreme durability and reliability, capable of handling high-pressure loads like .45 ACP plus P and even .45 Super thanks to its overbuilt design. Its roots go back to the early 1990s, when Heckler & Koch set out to build a universal sidearm strong enough for military, law enforcement, and civilian use all at once. The design was shaped by extreme testing, including input from special operations programs, and officially entered production in 1993, with the .45 ACP version arriving shortly after in 1995. Chambered in .45 ACP, the USP .45 typically runs a 12+1 capacity, pushing a heavy round with authority. From its roughly 4.41-inch barrel, it delivers that slow, powerful energy the caliber is known for, built less for speed, more for impact and control. As now, here's where it speaks in its own voice, the way it handles recoil. This pistol uses a specialized recoil reduction system, a dual spring setup that softens the force of each shot. The frame is polymer, but don't let that fool you. This thing is built like a working tool. Inside, it runs a modified Browning short recoil system, simple, proven, and engineered to last. In the hand, it feels solid, wide grip, balanced weight, and a presence that tells you this is a full-power sidearm. Accuracy holds strong out to practical distances, and the platform stays stable even when pushed hard. What makes the USP.45 stand apart is not just durability, it is endurance. This is the kind of pistol built to keep going long after others start to wear down. A tool you carry not because it's trendy, but because it has proven itself. Over and over again. My last pick is the Beretta 92 FS. The Beretta 92 FS carries a legacy that runs deep: steel, precision, and decades of proven service behind every shot, making it more than just a pistol. It is a platform built on trust earned over time. Its story begins in the mid-1970s in Italy, when Beretta set out to build a modern high-capacity sidearm. By 1985, that vision became reality when it was adopted by the US military as the M9, replacing the long-serving M1911 after extensive testing and trials. Chambered in 9x19mm, the 92 FS typically carries 15+1 rounds and runs on a 4.9-inch barrel, delivering strong, consistent performance with muzzle velocities reaching around 1,150 feet per second. Its full-size frame, weighing around 33 ounces, gives it a steady, planted feel in the hand, something you notice the moment you fire it. What truly sets it apart is that open slide design. The top of the slide is cut wide, almost exposed, allowing spent casings to eject freely. And right there on the slide sits the safety decocker, giving you control, letting you lower the hammer safely, keeping everything calm and deliberate. In the hand, it feels different from modern polymer guns. The aluminum frame keeps the weight manageable, but there is still a solid, grounded presence. Recoil comes back smooth, not sharp, more of a push than a snap. It tracks steady, stays flat, and rewards patience with accuracy. Through the years, it proved itself not just in military service, but across law enforcement, competition, and civilian defense. It became known not for being the lightest or the newest, but for being dependable when it counts. And there you have it. Guns with absolutely zero complaints, proven by the people who push them hardest, trust them most, and never sugarcoat a single thing. No paid opinions, no marketing fluff, just real-world results from real-world use, because that's the only standard that belongs on this channel. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now and tell me which one of these firearms hit different for you, which one surprised you, or which one you're already running. I read every comment, every single one, and I reply. If you're serious about staying sharp in this space, the honest reviews, the straight comparisons, the breakdowns nobody else has the guts to give you, then subscribe right now and smash that notification bell so you never miss a drop.